Hi everybody. I wanted to get on here and tell everybody what has been going on with us. I'm pretty sure that everybody that I am Facebook friends with knows about the struggle we have gone through with trying to have our family. It's kind of fitting that this is, for those who don't know, this is actually Infertility Awareness Week. We have struggled since the first time we even talked about getting pregnant with trying to have kids. Sorry, that's really bright. It's been a 10-year thing now. It was 10 years ago that we started trying to get pregnant with Reagan. That took about 2 years on its own. It was a very hard thing. Then we had Harper. She was our little surprise baby. And we planned on having our third, and then we had to go through the entire IVF process, which was incredibly hard. It was a hard process to go through. When we got the positive test when I was pregnant with Finley, it was unreal. Like, it was crazy because it just felt like, okay, this is it. This is going to be how we add the last step to our family, and it's going to feel right. When we lost Finley, I didn't know what else to do. It was incredibly hard. And we didn't know how we were going to do anything else because we were told that it was not safe for me to be pregnant again. That it was a very, very hard thing to accept. No one should have sorry. No one should have to have a doctor tell them when their family's done and what's going to continue to happen, or it's not fair to anybody, and it was devastating. Pretty much as soon as we lost him, we started just looking in to see what our options were, because we didn't know what we would even be able to do. We just didn't know because it wasn't something that we had to look into before. I always thought it was gonna be, me. I was gonna be the one carrying our kids, and that was it. We quickly realized that adoption was not the right option at the time. And we were actually told that we were not a good fit to be adoptive parents. So talk about another low blow. I went into a very, very dark place, to say the least, because everything was so up in the air. We didn't know what was going to happen. To help with how down I was, that is the whole reason I actually started Rodan and Fields, because the girls were at school all the time, and I was sitting at home by myself, and I would just cry all day long because my son was supposed to be there with us. I'm sorry, I'm like shaking right now. Finley was supposed to be there, and he wasn't, and I didn't have him to take care of. And I was lost. So the whole reason I actually started Rodan and Fields was simply because I needed a distraction. I needed something to focus on that wasn't me. I needed something to focus on that wasn't the girls, and it kept me busy, and that's what I needed for sure. I definitely did not get off to a fast start with Rodan and Fields because it wasn't, that wasn't my priority, but it did give me the distraction that I needed. So, as the extra income started coming in from my Rodan and Fields business, it did give us more options for how we were going to be able to add to our family. You guys, this is why Rodan and Fields is so important to me. It sounds like, it might sound silly to some people, but I have known since I went back to school. I did go back to my master's program after I had Reagan, but it wasn't what I wanted anymore. I wanted to be a mom and being a stay-at-home mom, and was all that mattered to me. So even though I had been in school forever, I stopped because being a stay-at-home mom was what I wanted, and that was what was right for us as a family. So being with Rodan and Fields and then seeing that extra income and knowing that it was going to help us at some point be able to add to our family, it's crazy to think about. So this has been a 10-year process with just trying to start our family. And then this last little bit has been a 2-year process. It took me a very long time to accept the fact that I could not be pregnant anymore. I loved being pregnant. I loved it. I was sick. I was crazy sick. I was so sick with every pregnancy, but I didn't care. I loved it. I would be sick all day, every day, just to have those kicks, because those baby kicks meant the world to me. I mean, there's no greater thing that I could even imagine. So it took me a very long time to accept that I would not be the one pregnant anymore. But we accepted it, and last June, we were actually presented with a gestational carrier who was a potential match for us. We went through a company to find the best person we could for what we needed. We knew about a minute into the phone call that she was not the right person at all. So, that was very hard too, because it's like we had finally gotten to the point of, okay, we're going to have somebody else that's going to carry our kid. But then she wasn't a right match. It was, it was so hard because it just seemed like it was the right thing, and then it just wasn't. It was so wrong from the get-go that not one part of it felt right when we were potentially matched with this carrier. So that got me down for sure, again, because it's just, we thought it was going to be right, and it wasn't. And now I'm having a hard time even remembering when it was, but I think it was August or September. We were presented with another possible carrier for us to meet and talk with and see if she would be the right fit. Me and Joel went into this meeting very hesitant because we knew what had happened before, and we knew that it was such an off match that it was just, we did not have high hopes, to say the least. This conversation with the second potential carrier that was presented to us could not have been any different. We knew within probably a minute of talking with her and her husband that this was the person that was going to help us add to our family. I do not think that we could have been matched with anyone better. I truly feel, and me and her have talked quite a bit about all this, it's like we're the same person. It's really weird. We have so much in common, and her husband and Joel are so much alike, and it's just, it's crazy. It could not have been a better match. So I'm very thankful that we were able to find someone with this company to try to add to our family. Just because you're matched with someone does not mean that it's going to happen. So it was another very emotional process. We had to go through medical clearance, we had to go through legal clearance, we had to start the IVF medication, we had to go through transfer day, we had to wait those awful 2 weeks afterwards, just of not knowing. And this has just been such an emotional roller coaster that if I've seen you and I have been crazy, I'm sorry. This has been what has been our life for the past 2 years, and it's been very hard. But I am very happy to say that we are adding to our family. After those 2 weeks, we got the first blood test back, which was positive that she was pregnant. And then 2 weeks later, it was another positive test. And then we came to visit her around 6 weeks for the very first ultrasound. And that is when we found out we're having twins. It's the greatest thing in the world. It really is. We are up here right now. We brought the girls with us this time. And we just left our appointment today and saw our twin babies at their 12-week ultrasound. So it's crazy. There's no other words for it. I mean, this has been so all over the place that it's unreal that we are in such a good place right now, just simply because it's been so up and down. But everything is going perfect. The girls are over the moon excited. We finally told them yesterday, and it has been awful. No other way to put it. It has been awful to keep this from them. But we've been trying to protect them as much as we can, because they both had a very, very hard time when Finley died. Harper especially. They both did. Harper's just always been more vocal about it. But they both have had a very hard time after we lost Finley. And so we didn't know when the right time to tell them was. We didn't know. It's, like I said, it's been very up and down and just kind of all over the place. But the girls now know. So Harper is excited that she gets to be a big sister now. And Reagan is excited because she gets to be the biggest sister. We did find out today that they are fraternal twins. So it could be any combination of 2 girls, 2 boys, or a boy and a girl. So we will find that out at our 18-week appointment about what gender our little babies are. So I just wanted to keep everybody updated with what was going on. I feel like I have not been honest, and I'm a pretty open book with a lot of things in my life, but this was something that we kept very close to us because of everything that we've been through. I'm not really sure why infertility does not get talked about, but it doesn't. And it's a very hard thing, but I know that it's much more common than most people even realize. So, like I said, I mean, this has been a 10-year thing for us to try and get our family how we wanted it, and we're getting there. So, I just wanted to, I know I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. I wanted to keep everybody posted with what was going on, and I also wanted to finally explain to everybody why Rodan and Fields has always been so important to me. It really helped me out when I was in a very bad place after we lost Finley. I needed something, and that's what came, and that's what it was. And then since then, it's my income that I make with Rodan and Fields is what is helping us to pay loans we've had to take out for this process to happen. So I could not be, I'm so grateful for everyone who has supported me from day one with my business. I'm sure it seemed probably pretty out there that this was what I jumped into, but it's it's been a very good thing. It's very good for both me and my family. So, that's our big news. We're going to be going from a family of 4 to 6. Our official due date is November 4th, but they will not let her go past 38 weeks if she carries for that long. But with twins, it is more likely that they come around 35 weeks. So we're looking, October, it's probably going to be more likely that we will have 2 new babies in early October. So thank you for everybody's support along the way. Thank you for putting up with me being a crab ass from everything that's been going on. And hopefully this will make everybody feel like we're, back to normal, it's going to be crazy, yes, but this is the best that I have felt since we lost Finley, because it's not going to replace him, but this is what we needed. This is what all of us needed, and we're all very, very excited. So I'm going to get off here because we are going to get ready and go have dinner here in a little bit, but thank you, everybody. And I don't know. I guess that's it. I'll keep everybody posted. Have a good night. See you later.